All right, so you clicked on this video.
Mhm.
That means you're interested in knowing, why aren't men getting married these days?
Things to make you go,
All right, so we Terrence and Jill. Welcome back to our channel, God-Ordained Union.
Yes. And we on here with the mission of increasing kingdom marriages.
Yep, and you know what? It's funny because in the Black community, there's been a decline in marriages. They were doing a study from over the last 4 decades, 4 or 5 decades, like since the 60s and 70s, and there's been a decline in marriage. And we're the only race that is declining. I hope I read that statistic right. That's declining, and so that's our whole channel, is to help increase
Yes.
marriage, kingdom marriages. And so yeah, because we believe that if it's God ordained, it is more likely for you to one, be purposeful together, but will have that three-string cord to last. Because marriage can be challenging, and I don't know how people do it alone. But so this is the video. Tuesdays we go live.
Yes, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, so make sure you turn on your notifications. Make sure you comment, share, all that great stuff. Join us live on Tuesdays. And so baby, men, I know you married, but something is going on with men. Why are women are ready to be married? I like to believe that, like, most women are ready, who wants to be ready, are ready to be married. Well, what's going on with the men? What's going on with men?
Besides the typical, they're career driven, trying to reach a certain status, because a lot of men feel like there's a certain number they have in their head that they need to make before they even propose to someone, but outside of those typical things, I think I have a few that will make sense.
Okay. How many is a few you got?
A few is like 5.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So the first one is, these days couples are cohabitating. People are living together really early in relationships now, and they're living together for so long, it gets to a point where the question is, or I've heard men say this, what is a piece of paper going to do? We got a house together, we got cars together, we've already had 2 or 3 kids. Why do I need to get married now? And it's like, wow.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people, they get together and they living together, and they get these assets. They buy houses together, homes together. They build businesses together. They're not married, and they, like he said, why should they get married?
That's the question they have in mind. It's like, we've been doing this for so long.
I'm sure the woman wants to be married, but the guy usually say, I mean, I don't see. A guy probably think, well, it's going to break, it's going to mess it up if, we, lock it. But, and a lot of times they put a ring on their finger just to appease them. But wow.
Absolutely.
So ladies, be careful before you agree to move in.
Yeah, because you might be, putting your own destination, your destiny in jeopardy by jumping the gun and moving in with someone. And now you took that off the table.
Wow. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. What's number 2?
Number 2 is, we have a lot of social influencers that are telling people they're not getting married. And they're persuading almost their entire following by saying, I've been this, that, made X amount of money, and I don't see the benefit of being married and doing this and doing that, and painting a negative picture. And then we're seeing so many wealthy people, actors, actresses, athletes. We're seeing all these people getting divorced. That's all you hear on social media now, is who's getting divorced. We don't hear who's staying together.
Right. Yeah. 50 Cent.
Yeah.
50 Cent is a big social influencer that is saying, why be married? And social media, with the rise of and influx of social media, it is having some influence
Yeah.
on people making decisions.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the women, it's making them want to be married, but for the men, it's they're, they seeing all these beautiful women on. They like got a smorgasbord of women to look at and to be social with, even if it's just, virtually. Social influencers, and influencers and influences. Yeah. What's number 3?
Number 3 is, and we just covered it a little bit, but there's no positive images out there of a healthy marriage. And again, I can go back to athletes. You're starting to hear even experts are starting to ask athletes, why are so many athletes getting divorced within 6 months to a year and a half after retiring from the sport that they're playing? And so it's like, man, you telling me this man has got millions of dollars and he still can't make a marriage work?
Yeah.
It makes people that don't have that type of money, kind of doubt themselves. Well, if he can't do it with all those millions, how in the world am I going to do it? And I'm working, this job where I'm barely making ends meet. So,
and even in a lot of people's families, they don't see positive images of healthy marriages and healthy relationships, or they think that when there's a disagreement in a relationship, like if they're dating, if they see there's a disagreement, because they don't have maybe a lot of marriages around them, they think that a disagreement in a relationship is destruction and something's wrong with us and we don't need to be together, not knowing that healthy relationships have, some degree of conflict every now and then. And so they don't know how to navigate it. So it scares them. Wow. I know a lot of people don't have a lot of, positive image. And that goes back to, I don't want me to delay this, but that goes back to when we were talking about submission and women submitting to their husbands. And a lot of women like, are you crazy? No, we will not be doing that. But that's because they may not have seen it. They I've seen it. I've seen it in my grandparents, great grandparents, my parents, my aunts and uncles. I've seen how they cater and submit to the authority of their husbands. Their husbands were the providers, and all the women in my family can do what the heck they want to do. Most of them own businesses and were able to add to the household or whatever. But the men in our family, including my husband, providers and take lead in the household, and the women have no problem. But for a lot of people, that could be that if they don't see that image in around them, they don't.
And you just can't see it. You got to see it with a closeness for you to understand it.
Right. Yeah. So you got to see the whole dynamic
you gotta see the
of
whole
it.
thing.
The dynamic.
It just can't be from the surface. You got to really see them working it. So you can say, you know what, I get it now.
Right. Yeah. So if they don't see if you see your, you see your uncle that's always cheating on his wife or your aunt, then that's not a positive image. And you seeing that he ain't never home, he always out and about. You don't see, So, but wow. Okay. Number 4.
Is the unwillingness to change their mindset. And what I mean by that is, whether it's changing their lifestyle that they know of at the moment, or whether it's just the fact that a lot of guys think in their head that to get married means you have to give up your freedom. You hear a lot of older generation, the older generation saying, boy, you're going to jail when you get married. They're going to put you in jail. And so many guys are like, no, I want my freedom. I want my freedom. And because of that correlation, they just aren't going to take that step.
Yeah. And the mindset also could also be where they're stuck in their ways. They're stuck in their environments. They don't want to, they can't see past what they see. They don't want to come out of their territories to go, explore other women. Who they see is what their mind, and their mind is women are no good, and they're in this,
when they get in groups of men, they talk about, well, you don't want to get married because all they're going to do is tell you what to do. Every day they're going to boss you around. Right. So younger guys are like, man, I don't want nobody bossing me around.
Yeah, in my mind, that's how it,
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's a fear. That's stuck. Wow. You set mindset.
And the last one, this is one I think you might want to be afraid of. And it is men that have soul ties to past women that they can't get beyond. And what I mean by that is these friends with benefits, these women that you call up every once in a while, or these women that come over every once in a while to let you take care of her needs and you take care of hers. And it gets to a point where it's like, well, I think I got the best of both worlds. No, you don't have a world at all.
Yeah, because you're blocking the one from you think you open for somebody else, but they're not getting married because you don't know. You're still stuck. And even if you're not with somebody physically, even if they're not with somebody physically, they can still have emotional soul ties where they are still hindered by a breakup that happened 20, 30 years ago. It could be, financial soul ties. It could be any type of tie
and
to an ex.
People are making deals and arrangements now that has to do with nothing about love or God. Or they're saying, you know what? It's a business arrangement. Let's just me and you get together when we have a desire that needs to be satisfied.
Wow.
And they'll sit there and go on like they having a single life. They doing their own thing.
Thinking they having the best of all worlds.
Yeah, but then every now and then they give that phone call and say, hey, what you doing Friday? Hey, let's make this run. And one of them go to the other, or they go whatever, handle their business. Then they go back to being single. And it's like, and they think that it's taking away the responsibility and obligation and all this stuff. But they missing out on the best part of a relationship, which is being married, knowing that that person is there for you regardless of whatever comes up or whatever transpires.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. So, wow, it's sad that, a lot of men aren't getting married these days, and not just Black men, but a lot of men are opting, they're building their businesses and they think that they want to, yeah. So, ladies, we got to pray for men because it's a lot of stuck. And so, and I believe that when a man finds that one, his rib, his whole life is
changes for the better.
For the better.
Changes for the better.
You said it. And so, ladies, let's pray for our men. That's just another reason to pray for our men. And I'll put up here the video where I think it's 3 things that women should be praying for our, if you have for your future spouse, that 3 points that you need to be praying. So I'll put that up here. So because a lot of men don't, like you said, don't know what they don't know.
Think they got the best of everything and don't realize they are excluding the one thing that God has for us that would take us over the top. And we can live a life that we had never imagined before.
Wow.
There's levels to this. Yeah. And marriage is one of those things that takes you to a whole nother level that you cannot experience being single, no matter how wealthy you are or how rich you think you are. You can't beat being married if you're single, no matter how you do it.
Married to the one. To your, yeah. Woo, okay. Well, men take note, women get to praying.
Yes.
Yeah. So, all right, that's it, baby.
Yes. You guys have a very blessed remainder of your evening.
Yes. All righty.
Deuces.